Okay. We're gonna have to be dealing with that because I'm in my car. Because my grandpa's asleep inside. I'm not bothering him with this nonsense right now. I just wanted to yap about the season 2 trailer. Because why are we adding in a fight scene at the end? That doesn't make any sense to me. It feels like it undercuts Battle of the Labyrinth, no? Because we watch for, 4 or 5 books as Luke goes from just some angry kid to leader of a whole monster army full of demigods and stuff too, who he's convinced over to his side. We watch some demigods like Chris Rodriguez go from camp to Luke so that the Battle of the Labyrinth has the high stakes that it has. No? That's what made that such a big battle, right? Why would we move that up to now and lose out on all of that build-up? I don't understand why they're doing that. And it's such in a cartoony way, too. What do you mean Luke's pointing Backbiter dramatically to make his cronies charge? That's so fucking cartoonish. There's some cartoonish moments in this series, but that just doesn't feel quite like Luke to me, at least not yet. I feel like he has to go through more of that villain arc than he has by now to be doing that shit, you know? He poisoned the tree, but he poisoned the tree sneakily because he's a fucking coward. But not in the show. He poisoned the tree right in front of the trio in the show based on the trailer. So, honestly, he's just kind of a different character. This is just a whole different fucking series at this point. They're just changing so much. I don't get why. Some changes are necessary, yeah. You're gonna have to restructure the plot when you're going from multi-hundred pages to a handful of hours on screen. But, the changes they're making just make no sense to me. It's like the short I made, talking about how are we having Tantalus here and Chiron gone if we see Luke poison the tree, so there's no reason to fire Chiron, send him away, fire or on leave, I don't remember. But, he's gone from the camp. Tantalus replaces him as activities director. I don't see why we do that if we're not ambiguous about who poisoned the tree, you know? Because in the book, if I remember correctly, we just noticed the borders weakening, and that shows us that the tree is poisoned. And then it's, a whodunit type of vibe. And, obviously, we know it's not Chiron, but the camp and the gods seem to think so he gets ousted. But if we have witnesses, and the gods can read minds the way that Hermes did in the Lotus Casino, and the way we see gods do throughout the book series, then, none of this stuff seems to add up, you know? They're just scrapping lore like it's nobody's business. I don't understand why they're just throwing out so much established stuff. You feel? I don't get it. Yeah, I just wanted to yap about that a little bit, because I don't see why we would throw in the battle with Luke in season 2 when we're doing presumably 5 seasons, one for each book. There's the Battle of Olympus, Battle of Manhattan in The Last Olympian, and that's kind of Luke's army, kind of just Kronos and the Titans and stuff, but Battle of the Labyrinth is fully just Camp Half-Blood versus Luke's army, which seems to be what they're doing at the end of the season 2 trailer right now. So I'm just not sure why we would move that up by 2 seasons instead of utilizing the extra build-up that time would give us. Come on. I guess maybe they didn't think that the end of the Sea of Monsters was dramatic enough, because it's just Percy sending Clarice back to camp with the cloak, and then we have to find our own way home. But, I feel like the battle with Polyphemus is more than enough. I feel like that's plenty for end-of-the-book action sequence, you know? I don't know. They seem to kind of be dropping the whole, Percy being embarrassed of Tyson's subplot. I feel like they're cutting out all the opportunities for character development that these guys have. We're not doing anything with them. You feel? I don't know. Doing this video to test out the editing process, upload process, all of that. I have a few scripts I'm working on right now to dive deeper into some of the details of season 1. Because I have a lot of nitpicks the way that I'm nitpicking the trailer. I have a lot of really, just the changes that baffle me, you know? Changes that make me mad, stuff like that. So I'm working on putting together something about those. But I wanted to test out my setup and all that. What do we think of everything? I've got decent background here, I think. I made little curtains for my car because I live in fucking Texas. So it turns into an oven if I leave it in direct sunlight where my driveway is. So pretty decent, I think. I've got my little horned lizard, Dilophosaurus. This one's a watercolor. This one was a stamp. My Dangleys earring. Yeah. We'll see if anybody's interested.